is y'all? What's poppin'? Welcome to my personal channel. If you're seeing my lovely face, you are on my personal channel, not my main channel, not my Haitian channel. Yes, I do have multiple channels. Please peep the description box so you can get better acquainted. Now, as you guys could tell by the title, we're gonna be doing another story time, another hood all day story time. I finally got the playlist together. I'll try to link it down below, but if not, just feel free to check my channel and you will be able to see the playlist. It's called Hood Old Days. Okay, this is my era of I will say stupidity, recklessness, but this story time I will say is when I started to come to my senses. Okay, this is a JJ story time. JJ is an ex that cheated on me. I kind of beat his ass, but like we still stay friends. Yeah, so this is a story time that took place essentially when we were still dating. But this is around the time where I came back from France. So if you guys are not aware, I spent like 3 months in France. I spent the whole summer in France. I did not want to go. I was thoroughly upset because my parents just kind of like booked the flight with my family in France. I was like, yep, you're going to France. Literally went shopping, threw everything in the suitcase and just set my ass there. I was thoroughly annoyed. My flight ended up getting canceled. My phone was dead. I didn't have a charger. I slept in the airport by myself. Mind you, I'm a minor. Is that legal? Anyhow, that's not the point of the video. But by the time I came back from France, I'm not even gonna lie, it was kind of a life-changing experience. Like I was a completely different person, okay? I went from hood tomboy to like eating with forks and wearing heels every day and being a lot more girly. I mean, I was still slapping bitches in heels, but like that started my slapping bitches in heels era, if you know what I mean. Like before, like I was fighting and stuff, but like I was fighting looking like a tomboy, but now I was fighting in heels. I was a proper baddie, but I didn't look like a proper baddie, if that makes sense. It was, but like at the same time, like I didn't fight all the time at this point. Like I was a lot more calm. I was a lot less in the mix. This is around the time where I kind of like picked up being in more extracurriculars. Like I kind of like stopped with the fuckboy antics because it was like, yeah, nah, like at this point I might just end up in juvie. So like I kind of tried to disassociate myself. So at this point, me and JJ were no longer together. Funny enough, I went back and started watching my old story times again, and I realized JJ's name I think was Jacob. So I mean we're gonna keep JJ, but it's funny because like at least I stick to J. But anyhow, so JJ literally kept trying to get back with me, right? So yo, I need to do the story time about JJ. So after this one, I'm probably gonna do the story time about how JJ literally got with this other girl right after me, and she was like way older than him. And honestly, to be honest, she was a PEDO because like she was like in her 20s. We were in high school. We were like what, 15, 16. The girl literally tried to pin a baby on JJ. And mind you, I kept trying to tell JJ like, yo, JJ, that baby not yours. JJ cussed me out, bro. Cussed me out, like literally tried to embarrass me. And I'm like, yo, like he tried to say I was jealous, I still wanted him. And then years later, like yo, he cut me off and everything. Mind you, like me and JJ was close. Even after everything he did to me, like we were still cool, we were still close or whatever. He would come to me for advice. Like I was never like, come on, bro, like you cheated on me. Like don't nobody care. I still had my men's and stuff. Like I was still dealing with what was the Jason? Okay, that was the story time I did on Jason. You guys have to go check that playlist out. So it was like I didn't really care about Jacob, you feel me? So it was just like, you know, we were still cool, but like he tried to say like I wanted him back and all of this extra shit. Yo, I can't wait to do that story time because he got a paternity test and child, oh my god. But anyway, this story time is literally the story time like that made me stop dating bad boys, bro. This is when I was like, yeah, no more her niggas. I think this was the last time I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. So around this time, this is when I was contemplating, okay, for whatever reason. I don't know what might have happened. I don't know if JJ put the voodoo on me. I don't know if JJ just some way, somehow made me think it could work again. I don't know if JJ was like, I don't know. Okay, but JJ basically was like on some, yeah, like I really want to get back with you. I'm so sorry for what I did. And like I really think we should try it again. Mind you, okay, let me remind you, JJ was the reason I was always getting in fights. JJ was the reason I got jumped however many times. JJ was the reason so many people did not like me. Okay. But for whatever reason, I was entertaining the idea of getting back with JJ, right? And when he's saying all of this to me, we're basically walking. So you guys are not from Elizabeth, but if you guys are from Elizabeth, like we were walking down, his territory was, oh, let me not say that. So even though me and him are Haitian, we're from two completely different Haitian territories. Like we could both walk in those territories, obviously, but I don't be over there. Okay. So essentially we're walking, down his territory, down his neighborhood. And at this time, he had to stay strapped or whatever. This was around the time where he had got beat the fuck up one of the many times. I think this was like maybe the third time he got to a really, really bad fight. So remember how I told y'all JJ was always getting into some shit because people didn't like him? JJ was always getting into some shit because people didn't like him. And it was mainly because of his attitude. He was extremely cocky. And personally, I don't know why. JJ just, I mean, I guess confidence is a virtue, I guess. Like he was just always loud, popping out the mouth, doing the most. So from what I understand, okay, this time when he got beat the fuck up, he had relations with one of these American girls that happened to be dating one of these American boys, and the American boy was thoroughly upset by it, okay? And he got his ass handed to him for doing this. So it became a whole big tit for tat situation. So they wanted JJ's head. So he had relations with the girl. The girl lied and said that JJ was the one coming on to her. But the girl's a fucking whore. So I digress. Long story short, after that, the dude ended up wanting to fight JJ, couldn't find JJ, ended up jumping one of the Just Comes. A Just Come is somebody that just came to America. They ended up fighting jumping one of the Haitian Just Comes. And now they were still looking for JJ. Now, let me just tell you, JJ was literally the reason for too many of these Just Comes getting beat up. And that was literally such a problem. Like, I really, now that I think about it, like, I don't like it. It was extremely problematic. Like, JJ really got a lot of these little boys, clapped. Like, for real, I'm like, bro, like, they always, because JJ was always with them. And I understand, like, for the most part, he was always with them to protect them, so they wouldn't get jumped. But the problem is, if JJ wasn't there, they would get jumped. And that's what ended up happening. They couldn't find JJ, so they jumped him. So now JJ out here trying to find them, but then they trying to find him, and it's like, oh my God. So now JJ walk around and he got to stay strapped. Okay, so he's strapped with the blicky, he's strapped with the he's strapped with the and I'm like, yeah, so he had to have his stuff on him. And the problem with like that specification territory, it's literally smack dab right next to the Americans' territory. So if you're new here, Haitians and Black Americans do not get along where I'm from back in the day. Now it's cool from what I understand, unless something's brewing that I don't know about. But back in the day, it was like lethal. It was deadly. People couldn't walk on certain streets. Going to a certain school could have been the end of you. Like it's bad. I have lots of friends on both sides that literally lost their lives because of this nonsensical beef. Even though we're all Black, it was really, really bad. I know there's a lot of people from other places that went through things like this as well. Whether it was different parts of Jersey, New York, Florida, Boston, whatever case may be. So where he was from, that neighborhood was very close to where the Americans were. So we had to be like really careful. So he had like all types of shit on him. Okay. I'm talking about knives, I'm talking about guns, like he had a lot of shit on him. So we're walking, and I don't know what was going on that day, but like the cops just decided to just like run down, okay, on his apartment, bro. Just like, I'm talking about like, I can't say too much of the details of why, because then I'm really gonna give away who it was. But like at this point, like the way we could see from a distance what's going on, and he just starts to panic. He's like, yo, like, like, yo, I can't go in there. And I'm like, well, I mean, I gotta go home. Because at this point, I always used to try to make it home by like 6:30. And at this point, it's like 5:45. So I'm like, yeah, like, I gotta go home. He's like, nah, like, you can't leave me like this. Like, I can't go home. I got all this shit on me. The cops, I'm like, that sounds like a personal problem. I am not your bitch. And he's like, nah, like, shorty, like, I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, nigga, like, just hide in, like, one of these stores or whatever. He's like, nah, like, they gonna be looking for me everywhere. And, like, literally, like, it's like the cops were, like, kind of going everywhere, like, searching. Like, they was going to the local businesses. They was going to all, like, the apartments and shit. So he's like, nah, like, hide these. Mind you, bro. What did I tell y'all? I was in my prissy era. I was cute. Okay, so I had heels on. I had like a sweater on. If I'm not, like, it was cold. It was like fall. So I had like a sweater on. I had heels on. I had pants on. And I had like this beret. I used to wear berets at the time, bitch. I thought. Okay, I used to wear like hats. I would wear fedoras. I would wear berets. Oh my God, I remember my outfit. So I'm just like, what you got on you? Bruh, this man takes out a big behind like steak thing. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Steak thing. He takes out a piece. He takes out some nunchucks. I said, I'm in shock. Now you guys are probably like, oh my God. Bro, literally the first time I held a gun, I was 6 and I was in Haiti. So to be honest, this shit not facing me too much. Like, I mean, it's sad that was the first time. Like, they kind of just left it out. I touched it. I woke up and then my grandmother took it away from me. Sorry, grandma, for mentioning that, but that's what happened. But anyhow, like, so I'm not really phased, but at the same time, I'm shocked that he got all of that on him. I'm like, did you wear this to school? How'd you get past the metal detectors? He's like, I ain't got time to talk about it right now. I'm like, okay. So I'm just like, bro, I'm not carrying that shit, bro. I'm not carrying that. He's like, you have to. They not gonna check you. You don't look like nothing. They not gonna check you. I'm like, I'm a nigga. Who's like, nigga, you nigga too. We both niggas. Like, they gonna check me. He's like, nah, they not gonna check you. You don't look like, they gonna. I'm like, all right, bro. I put the nunchucks in my the nunchucks in my bag. I was like, I'm not carrying the piece though. You got me fucked up. I had these boots on, so I slide the steak in my boot. I don't know what he did with the piece. So essentially, I'm like, yo, I'm not touching that shit, bro. So I don't know what he did with it. I don't know if he buried it. I don't know if he put it, like, he did something with it. So I just walked smooth past them. They didn't say nothing to me. They didn't ask me nothing. And then they see him. They start, like, asking questions. They start patting him down. My thing is, I'm like, you know, I feel like black people should really know their rights because I don't think that's legal. But listen, we're like 15, 16 at the time. So, I mean, there goes that. They should really have a rights class in high school. But hey, at that point, I'm just like, low-key, even though I passed them, I was low-key scared. I go back to my hood because I'm like, yeah, I ain't got time for none of this shit. Okay, because, like, I'm not about to get my shit, like, you know, fucked up because of this dumbass nigga. Like, you're not even my man, bro. So I go all the way back to my hood. He goes, and he's like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like, yo, thank you so much, bro. Like, he is literally, like, about to cry or something. I don't know. He's like, yo, thank you so much. Like, bro, like, I can't believe it, bro. Here's your shit. So I give him his shit. And honestly, after that, I was just like, yeah, never again, bro. Like, that shit low-key had me like, yo, this is gonna be my life if I date a hood nigga. Like, if I, like, with a hood nigga, like, long-term, like, I'm just gonna be out here hiding shit. Like, yeah, is this what, like, ride or die is? Like, is this what the girls be talking about? Like, is this what they mean? Yeah, I don't want to die. I'm not writing for shit but myself. Like, are you fucking stupid? All these girls be flexing like, I'm a ride or die. No, get my mo. Get my mo. Fuck you. I'm not riding, dying, nothing. Like, the fuck? Like, literally, that was the end of it for me. Okay? Like, I will never, ever do it. I could never understand the appeal of grown-ass women being with men with records, being with men in jail, being with men that run the streets, being with men that sell drugs. Like, it's cute when you're in middle school or high school, I guess, but after that, it's like, yeah, it's not cute anymore. The bad boy for life shit is just, no. Like, that shit was a major turn-off, and it was a major wake-up call, bro. Because it's like, bro, if one cop would have just stopped me and saw that shit on me, it would have been over, bro. Do you know what they do to pretty girls like me in prison? Oh. I got time for that. Moral of the story, y'all, you deserve better. Like, dead ass, you deserve better. Do not be out here running around with dudes that literally would put you in a predicament that could literally land you in jail. Do not be out here, even if it's a friend, okay? Don't be running around here with friends that could literally put you in shit that you don't need to be in, okay? Surround yourself with people that are not doing caca like that with their lives, okay? And mind you, I've always said it. I've dealt with, been with friends that, and mind you, I've said this numerous times on this channel and all my other channels, I literally have different types of people in my life that do so many different things. But in terms of hanging out with them, or doing things with them that I know that can get me in some shit, I don't do that. Because I ain't trying to get caught up. Do you feel me? I'm not trying to get in any types of situations where I have to like put myself in a compromising position. You feel me? With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that. Peep the description box for everything that you guys consistently ask me about down below. Follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.